Am I the a-hole for not caring about my mother's boundary regarding my boyfriend in the hospital? I 17F last weekend went to the hospital with both my mom, 40, and my boyfriend, 19. Prior to going to the hospital, I had told my mom about pain in my hip and saying I was worried that something might have happened with me being more active. She disregarded my concern. I'm still in high school, so I just went to school. Some more context. I had lived with my grandparents for about 5-ish years. I say 5-ish because I count the time I was not in the care of my parents since I was also in foster care, due to both my parents being not able to properly raise me. But recently I wanted to be with my sisters and brother that lived with my mother. My mom and I had a very bad relationship while I was growing up. She was very abusive, and I had been no contact for about 3 years. When I moved back in with her, I explained why my boyfriend meant so much to me, and if something major happened in my life, I wanted him to be there for it, because he's important to me. She agreed. This was almost 2 to 3 months ago. Later, my boyfriend picked me up and was concerned when I was in pain. We had gotten to my house to chill, and it got a lot worse, to the point I was screaming. So my mom said we should go to the ER. She was the one to suggest my boyfriend take me, but both me and him advised against it. But she was fine with him tagging along, saying that they might not let you in, so you may need to wait in your car. When we got there, since I am technically still a minor, we went to children's ER section. After we were checked in, she told me that she didn't feel comfortable with my boyfriend being there and that she didn't want him in with us. I told her that my boyfriend has been there for me when I needed him most, and his support in person meant a lot for me. So he checked in. Here's where problems started. I had to get blood work done. My boyfriend held my hand since I have a phobia of needles. My mother decided to tell me to suck it up. I have very thin veins, so it took around 4 tries. It hurt to move my arms, so my boyfriend helped me out my socks on, and we watched TikToks till it was time for my CT scan. During that time, my mom blasted her own TikToks at full volume. Said that, "Don't you think it's weird having your almost 20-year-old boyfriend in a children's hospital?" When she would look mad and I asked her what's wrong, I got a sarcastic and rude comment. "Oh, it doesn't matter how I feel anyways." Cut forward to about the next day in the afternoon. We get discharged. I just badly hurt my hip when playing soccer, and we went home. Me and my mother fought, and I called her out on her childish behaviors and how it was rude to be so cold to my boyfriend. She called me selfish and self-centered for not respecting her boundary. I feel bad for the fact I did this to my mother, but also upset that she acted the way she did and treated like shift, because I wanted comfort. Update: I just wanted to clarify something. Sadly, I'm unable to go back to my grandparents due to them disowning me. They had threatened boarding school and juvie because of me acting out, such as me asking if I can hang out with friends not in that house, not doing anything productive, and just staying in my shell. They put a 360 camera in my room. Didn't allow me to go outside by myself. A reason I decided to go to my mom's was because of siblings, along with getting away from isolation. And since they both worked for most of the day, I'd be by myself alone in a smallish apartment. This drove me insane. Over the period of me living there, I snuck out to be free and etc. after many failed conversations with my grandparents. In this time, I met boyfriend. Since then, he has made sure I'm always safe and happy. And whenever we have argued, he has never tried any tricks like my mom has. After we left the hospital, I preferred to go with him driving me home instead of mom. Me and him talked in the car about how ridiculous my mom was being and how much stress she caused me. And we talked about how confusing and manipulative she had been.